Hi, hello, welcome to my money presentation. Today we are going to discuss about designing a questionnaire and validations. First of all, what is questionnaire? Why we want to prepare questionnaire? How it will be useful for questionnaire? What is the benefit of questionnaire? These are the things you want to know that. How it will be useful for the our data collections. So the questionnaire is a schedule or interview for measuring the instrument. Questionnaire is nothing but a instrument which is measuring, and next one is in the form of different methods. Next is a structured technique for a data collection that consists of a series of questions, written or verbal, that a respondent answer. The questionnaire must be in the form of different methods. So questionnaire is a questionnaire in the form of different methods. Why it is useful for data collection? The main benefit is to data collection through questionnaire. So why should a researcher use standardized questionnaire? Why we need to prepare a researcher to standardized questionnaire means it will be create an impact to go, to get a wonderful data collection. If I'm sending to anyone the questionnaire form, definitely they will have a good benefit for that. So first one is the comparability of data, speed and accuracy of recording, and facilitating a data processing. Comparability of data means we need to give a different types of questions. So in that question, we need to get the data. So next one is speed and accuracy of recording. The speed and accuracy of recording means whatever the questionnaire you have framed, that will be an accurate manner. So then only we get a good data. So that is called a good data and accuracy data. Next one is facilitating the data processing. For how to facilitate and how it will be useful for further research. So this data will be this questionnaire will be very useful while collecting data. The next is, did you finalize your studies questionnaire in first attempt? Yes, everybody is done a mistake in first questionnaire. How many attempts did you take to finalize your standard questionnaire? Minimum 5 to 10 is the to prepare the questionnaire. There is a different types of method you have to follow that, because the questionnaire is a different format and a different way to frame the questionnaires. So how many attempts in the sense you can take, that is your own choice to finalize the questionnaire, because that questionnaire will give you a proper data. While collecting a good data, definitely you frame a good questionnaire. Next, objective versus questionnaire. What is objective? What is questionnaire? How it will be correlates? The next we want to see that. The measurement scales, research objectives, data properties. Research objectives is the main part of research. So based upon the research objectives, you need to frame the questionnaire. So responses types, it can be based on the responses types, responses rate, and responses error, and which dimension you are going to use. So there is a reference types like a balanced and unbalanced. Reference rate, it is a forced or unforced choices. And response error, the number of scale points. The scaling is very, very important in your PhD, the entire PhD, or while collecting any data. So scaling point is very, very important. And the next, rate errors. The rate error means you can rating the questions. So which is 1 to 5, given the rate for that. The most of the if you are going to the colleges or institution and some other hotels or some other universities, so they can ask that while you are going to there, but while coming to the our mobile phone to take that, definitely they have some messages how to rate that my college, how it will be the 4-star, 5-star, 3-star. So whatever you need to give that, and finally you get give a feedback for that. And the research objectives. The research objectives are too numerous to list, including but not limited to studies of attitude change, persuasion, awareness, purchase intentions, cognitions, and actions, and actual repeat purchase. The research objective is the main part of our research, but the same time it can give you the attitude changes. We can give you many things like it will shows how the research will be go on. The researchers how the phase 2 general types of scaling objectives to measure the characteristics of the participants and who participate in the history. That is the first one. Second one is to use the participant as a judge of the objects or indicants presented to them. The first one is while you measuring any data, so it can be in a measurable manner. Whatever the data you have collect, that can be measurable manner. The objective will be a measurable manner. To participant as a judge of the objects and indicant presented to them. So these are the objectives. Next, responses types. What are the types of responses you are getting? First one is rating. The rating it indicates 5 star, 3 stars, 4 stars based on the star based. Okay. The next thing is ranking. So ranking is main important thing while you are collecting data. If you are using any rank correlation methods, there are different methods, you know. So the rank correlation is main method to ranking, that the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, up to the infinite. And next, categorization. Which category it is? The A category, B category, C category, D category. So if you want to focus on the while preparing questionnaires, most of them are using emojis also. So next, sorting method. Sorting is an arranging method, which is the best first one, which is the second one, which is the third one. That is called sorting method. Is called an arranging method. It's a descending order or ascending order. Next, data properties. Data property, it indicates there are three types of data. One is normal data, ordinal data, interval data. The categorization, based on the categorization, the first one is a nominal data, second is ordinal data, and third is internal data. The internal data, it indicates the relationship and distance. So ratios, while you are preparing the ratios, it can be very useful. So which data it is? And dimensionally, it means unidimensionality and multidimensionality. While you studying the research methodology course, definitely you know that what is unidimensionality and multidimensionality. Based on the, for example, I need to tell the what is unidimensionality. So one measure of an actor's star power is own her ability to carry a movie. It is single dimension. Several times items may be used to measure this dimension, and by combining into the single measure, and as agent may place a client along a linear continuum of his star power. For why I'm taking this unidimensionality means a star is a star. On PM is on PM. So in India, who is the main person is a PM. You can say that the PM. So I can say that in for example, Tamil Nadu, who is a superstar, Miss Rajinikanth. I can tell that. And coming to the Bollywood, Hollywood, and Kollywood, each and every we have some a superpower star, you know. So that will indicate a unidimensionality. The multidimensionality means the actor star power variable might be better expressed by three distinct dimension. Ticket sales for 3 movies, speed of attracting financial sources and media buzz, media coverage, fees, YouTube videos, and the last 3 movies. The multidimensionality based on the, for example, I can take into the Tamil Nadu. In the Tamil Nadu, is a various actors is there. So in this actor, how can I measure for those actor while ranking? So based on the what the movie they are doing in last and present also, how it will be hit, how what the songs are is going to, if some of the personalities is there, whatever they do, he's doing good or bad, but the attraction will be the same. So that is called the multidimensionality. And balanced or unbalanced. Here the balanced and unbalanced means this one is called the 5-point Likert scale. They are using the 5-point Likert scale, means the balanced rating scale. Very good, good, average, poor, very poor. This is the balanced rating scale. The most of the researchers, they are using the balanced rating scale. And unbalanced rating scale means the poor, fair, good, very good, excellent. This is called the unbalanced rating scale. So you can see the variations. And forced or unforced choices. An unforced choices rating scale provides a participant with an opportunity to express no opinion whether they are unable to make a choice among the alternative offered. The forced choice rating scale requires the participant select one of the offered alternatives. Yes, the forced or unforced in the means. Um, First of all, I'm telling that the forced rate rating scales, the most of the person have some fan base, so they are simply they are following the most of the for example, if I'm choosing one hero, he is giving a good movies to us, but suddenly his movies is flap, but the target audience is the main fan base is, while flap also they are supported the based on the forced choices, that is called forced and unforced choices. The number of scale points. What is the ideal number of points for rating scale? So you must know the answer for this question. So while coming to this question, a product that requires a little effort or thought to purchase, everyone has some intention to purchase that product. It's a habitual but or has a benefit that fades quickly. Low investment products can be measured generally with a simple scale. For example, the point scale, we can say that if I'm going to the any shop, it's a restaurant, it means any supermarkets, we can say that the better than average versus an average. We can say that 3 to 3 point scale, that is probably sufficient for the uh, deodorant and fast food, burger, gift wrapping, or snack. These are the examples. There is a little support for choosing a scale with 5 or more points in this instance, but when the product is complex, plays an important role in the consumer's lives and is costly. For example, the financial services and luxury goods, automobiles, and other high involvement products, which can be measured by the 5 point Likert scale, which can be very easy to make the finalize the result based on the 5 point Likert scale. And rate errors. What is rate errors? The errors of central tendency. The errors of central tendency, it means, for example, I can say that there are plenty of people, the below poverty line people. How can you measure for those people? If you are going to each and every state to collect the data, is this possible? Yes. The errors of leniency. The errors of leniency means, already I told that the most of the fan bases, if the flop movie also, they are supporting that hero, because that hero is the main part of their life. So the fan base think like that. So they will support. So is there given a good data for you? No. The halo effect. Halo effect in the sense means the psychological effect. The psychological effect. So these are the rater errors. Simple attitude skills. What simple attitude skills? This is also called as dichotomous data. Yes or no questions. We should give the yes or no questions. And multiple single responses scale, that is called the nominal data. You can see that what is nominal data in the sense that clearly here mentioned that what is nominal data. The newspaper, for example, I plan to purchase a mind writer laptop in the next 12 months. Yes or no? That is your own wish. And multiple choice questions. What newspaper do you read? The most often finalize the news is based on the newspaper. You can say that which paper I can read. So that is the based upon. Next is that is called choices. That is called nominal data. So the nominal data, it indicates the checklists. So the Likert scale, it indicates the data, internal data. Interval data indicates a 5 point Likert scale. Agree, disagree, strongly disagree. So these are the things we need to use. Everyone knows that simple attitude scales. And semantic differential scale, that is also called as fast high quality, slow high quality. Based on that, you need to give the answer for that. And numerical scale data, ordinal or interval. It indicates ordinal data or internal data, interval data. So the extremely favorable and extremely unfavorable, based on the numbers you can give that. And a multiple rating Likert scale, list scale, ordinal or interval. So based on that, you need to give that here the dimension. For example, I need to take one dimension. You need to, it indicates sub points. So based on that, you need to give that. And a constant sum scale data ratio. The ratio, most of the persons are I think this will be very famous for in foreign countries itself, because they are following that ratios. In India also it will be famous, but the most of the researchers, they could not be able to use the based on the research topics. So the topic will be the finalized manner, and the staple scale data or ordinal interval. So these are all under the foreign only, they are using that. But the based on the IT companies or company profile, the based on that you need to give that. Okay. The graphic rating scale. This is I already told that based on the emojis, which can be very easily most of the researchers while doing these questionnaires. The questionnaire design process, which is very important process while preparing any questionnaires. And first thing is specify the information needed. Which information? What are the information we needed to frame the questionnaires? And specify the type of interviewing method. So which method I need to make an interview? The other is the interview method is like a in-depth interview or direct interview. So based on that, so determine the content of individual questions. The individual question in the sense, if you are going to the any shop itself, you need to ask that is this shop is very useful or not. So to design the question to overcome the respondents' inability and unwillingness to answer. The most of the person, they could not give the proper data to you. So how can you collect the proper accurate data? Decide the question structure. What type of question I can ask to the consumers, sir, for your target audience. So based on that, you need to prepare the questionnaire. Determine the questions wording. The wording in the sense means you can prepare that a good and relevant data. Arrange the question in a proper order. So which question first I need to ask? So ascending order or descending order, that is your choices, but arranging the questionnaire is very important. And next thing is identify the form and layout. Identify the form, which form I can give to the, for example, Google form. Most of the persons are Google form to prepare to share the with our many groups through the social media. So reproduce the questionnaire. Reproduce in the sense, is there anything is an error? You can check it and finalize the questionnaire and finally send to the your social media. I'll eliminate the bugs by pre-testing. The pre-testing method is if someone is if you are preparing any questionnaire and show to your supervisor. So which is better one, sir? So I can go for the data collection. So is this method to right or wrong? So we can finalize that. And step one, specify the information needed. Ensure the information after fully address all the components of a problem. So you can say that the fully address of all the components you need to given to the proper manner. So you need to give a proper answer for that. The next thing is effect of interviewing method. First one is a telephonic method, and the next one is to face-to-face method. I already discussed that. The telephonic method, while you are calling to the any person, he is giving the right answer, wrong answer, based on based on the person. And online or postal questionnaire design. So most of the persons were online only. They are framing the questionnaire there to distribute. Nowadays, the paper distribution is very less than face-to-face method. Face-to-face method is a direct interview method. This is also called face-to direct interview method. Okay, so these are the effect of interviewing method. And determine the content of individual questions. The individual question, definitely we will get good data. If you are asking to the individual person, you need to gain more knowledge about that. You need to get more data. Are several questions needed instead of one? So this will happen every day, everything. Do you think Coca-Cola is a tasty or refreshing soft drink? You can say that 2 marks, right or wrong. So the overcoming the participant inability and unwillingness to answer. So most of the situation, your target audience could not give you a proper reason, proper data for you. In that situation, what can you will do? Whether your data will be a bogus or it's a factual data. So whatever you prepare for a questionnaire, the day questionnaire, so it can be very simple manner, which can be in a attractable manner. So then only we get a sensitive information. Increasing in the willingness of participant. How can to participate your questionnaire to get the proper data? Please place sensitive topics at the end of the questionnaires. Yes, you can ask for those questions also. Preface the question with a statement, the behavior of interest in common. The most of the thing interesting topic while you are asking to the your target audience, they can. Just telling that most of the person will give will get a proper data. Ask the questions using the third person technique. The third person technique, yes, this one is a good idea for to collect the data, because you know that person, your target your friend is, if you have a friend and the target audience you don't know, but your friend have a good communicate with that your target audience, so we can easily moving to the third person also. Hide the question in a group of other questions that participants are willing to answer. Yes, this is also a good strategy to make it to get the data. And fifth one is choose question structure. Which structure? There's two structure. One is unstructured question, structured question. That is open-ended and closed-ended questions. The open-ended questions, what is your occupations? You can say that, you can tell that, uh, you can frame that different types of occupation, or you just give one line to fill that form. What do you think people who patronize second and clothes shops? So most of the person second hand clothes are they are also using. So in that way, these are simple questions. What's your favorite film personality? They're simple. Whatever the thing, they need to give a simple the written format only. It can be the structured questions. Specify the set of responses, alternatives, responses format. A structured question may be multiple choice, dichotomous, or scalings. These the structured question can get a good data, because we need to give a choices. So then only they can easily write that. Choose question wording. So while choosing any question for wording, so define the issue. What is the issue? Which brand of shampoo do you use? Which brand of shampoo have you personally used home during the last month? In this case of more than one brand, please list all the brands to apply. These are the issues. What are the issue you have facing? You need to give that. The based upon the data, you need to frame that. Use ordinary words. Ordinary words means your own words you can given that. And use an ambitious words. An ambitious words means usually, normally, frequently, oftenly, regularly, occasionally, and sometimes. So these are the ambiguous words to get a good data. And in a typical month, how often do you visit a boutique hotels? Like never, occasionally, sometimes, often, regularly. This is the main example of boutique hotels. So while your boutique hotels are restaurants, the in typically month, how can often do you visit a boutique hotels? You can say the 2 or 3 times or more times or oftenly. So these are the two choices based upon mm, your your own ideas. Avoid leading or biasing the questions. Yes, most of the researchers, they biased questions they are asking. So in that way, do you think that patriotic French people should buy imported cars when that would put French workers out of employment? This is a biasing questions. Do you think that French people should buy the imported cars? Yes or no? That is called the acquisitions bias. That is a leading questions and acquaintance bias. These bias could not able to ask. Avoid implicit alternatives. Implicit alternative, do it like a fly whenever traveling distance. These are the very unwanted questions. So don't ask these type of questions while you are while preparing the data collections. Next, arrange the questions in a proper order. So the opening questions, type of information, difficult question, effect on the subsequent question. This is a logical order. I'm saying that the opening questions means dichotomous data. We need to give that. So that is for example, if your resume itself, first your name and address, everything is that is on order. So type of information, which type of data. Next thing is difficult question, simple question, and then a difficult one, moderate question. So this type of way to present, then they can easily understand to fill the questionnaire. So we need to follow the logical order. Identify the form and layout. Pre-coding. What is pre-coding? Divide a questionnaire into several parts. That is called the pre-coding. Question into each part should be numbered. So each and every question have been numbered. So then only we can easy to analyze that. If a hard copies of the questionnaires are used, coding should be printed on the forms to facilitate the manual data entry. So most of the questions which can be the manual data entry also is there. So for example, I can say that your name. So you can fill that your name. What is your name? And for last thing is eliminate the problems by pilot testing. So pilot testing, the most of the research they should use a pilot study. First you need to study the pilot study, and then only you can go for the good study. The pilot study is a basic study to collect the data and you can analyze the result also. The pilot study should always be done. All aspects of the questionnaire should be tested, including the question content, wording, sequence, forms and layout, question difficulty, instruction, reward for taking part into the survey, and participants should survey method. While you are going for any survey method, these questionnaire will be very useful to collect data. So while you are framing any questionnaire, it can be a simple manner. The participants in the pilot test should be similar to those who will be included in the actual survey. So based on the target audience, you need to prepare data very questionnaire very well. So then only we can get a factual and accurate data. And begin with the pilot study by using of face-to-face interviews. So for example, I can take the example. So some hotels, you need to go for the hotels. You need to get interact with those people. You definitely will get a good data about that. So most of the, for example, I can say that I can use Infosys manager. So Infosys owner, he will give the data for you for us. I want the financial status of our Infosys company. Is that they were is there they will give you that data, financial data? They won't. I'm going to the any bank itself. I'm asking the sir, I want to get your financial data. So please given to me. So is that they are if they are given to me? No, they will not. The pilot test should also be conducted by online, postal, or telephone methods. If these methods should be very actual survey. One is the online survey, means while you posting any posters and online manner and telephonic interviews. These are the very important method where some of the eliminating some problems in that. So don't go for the biases problem and problems is that. And factors, what is the factors affecting the respondents in the honesty? So syndrome description example. So factors, respondents honesty, the based on the honesty, every person have some honesty people. And the syndrome, the peacock desire to be perceived as a smaller or wealthier, happier, or better than others. For example, a respondent who claims to shop the Harden the London twice as many as those do. So this is the example. So based on this, the syndrome description example, these are factors affecting the respondent's honesty. And the honesty will based upon your target audience, what type of, based on the questions they will respond good manner or not. So these are the uh, questionnaire framing method, and I think it will be very useful for your research also, or any management process also. this is a method. If you have any doubts, please ask me in the comment box. I'm always ready to clarify your doubts, and share, subscribe my channel. And thank you all for thank you so much.